Hey, remember when we were scrolling through endless laptop specs and you asked, is that monster really worth my hard-earned cash? I've been in that spot a lot lately, especially with the new wave of high-end gaming rigs that promise unlimited power but also come with a price tag that makes you pause. Before you throw down six figures on a machine that looks like it belongs in a sci-fi movie, I thought I'd break down the Alienware 16 Area 51 gaming laptop the way I'd explain it to a friend who's on the fence. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the biggest thing that makes people hesitate with a laptop like this is the balance between raw performance and everyday practicality. This machine is built around a 24-core Intel 13th Gen Ultra 9 running up to 5.4 GHz, paired with an RTX 5080 and a whopping 16 GB of GDDR7 memory. On paper, it's a desktop-class beast perfect for AAA titles at max settings, real-time ray tracing, and even heavy content creation workloads. But the real question is how that translates when you're trying to game in a cramped apartment, hop on a quick Zoom call, or just need a laptop that won't drain the power outlet in 10 minutes. The 16-inch QHD Plus panel is one of the first things you'll notice. At 240 Hz, it delivers buttery smooth motion, which is a genuine plus for fast-paced shooters like Call of Duty or Valorant. The colors are vivid enough that you'll enjoy the cinematic experience in RPGs, and the higher pixel density lets you see textures that would otherwise be blurred on a 1080p screen. The downside? The screen sits at a decent brightness level, but if you're gaming in a sunlit room, you'll still find glare to be an issue, and you might need to crank the internal brightness up, which can shave off a few minutes of battery life. Speaking of battery, this laptop isn't built for marathon sessions unplugged. The 99WH cell can give you roughly 2 to 3 hours of mixed use, but once you unleash the RTX 5080 at full throttle, you'll see the runtime dip dramatically. If you plan to game on the go, you'll want to keep the charger in your bag at all times. Cooling is where Alienware really tries to set itself apart, and with the next level cooling badge, they've added a dual fan system plus vapor chamber technology. In my testing, the laptop held its temperature around the mid-70 SC under sustained 1080p gaming, which is respectable for a machine packing this much silicon. The fans, however, become audible. Think of a gentle but constant whir that you'll definitely notice if you're trying to record a stream without a mic filter. For most gamers, that's an acceptable trade-off for the performance you're extracting, but if you're sensitive to noise or are trying to play in a quiet bedroom late at night, you may find it a bit distracting. Now, let's talk storage and memory. The combination of 64 GB of DDR5 RAM and a 1 TB SSD is more than sufficient for anyone who wants to run multiple virtual machines, edit 4K footage, or keep a massive game library at hand. The SSD is an NVMe drive with blazing read/write speeds, meaning load times in titles like Cyberpunk 2077 shrink to under 10 seconds. Real-world users have noted that they can keep a handful of modern games installed alongside their creative software without worrying about hitting a wall. The only caveat is that the drive is not user-replaceable, it's soldered onto the motherboard. So if you ever need more storage, you'll have to rely on external solutions or opt for a higher capacity SSD at purchase. Who should really consider this laptop? If you're a serious competitive gamer who wants to push frame rates beyond 120 FPS on QHD, or you're a content creator who needs a portable workstation for 3D rendering and video editing, the Area 51's raw muscle will feel justified. It also makes sense for streamers who want to run the game, encoder, and chat on a single machine without dropping a beat. For those users, the blend of a high refresh display, ample RAM, and a top-tier GPU translates directly into smoother gameplay and faster render times. On the flip side, if you're more of a casual gamer who plays a couple of titles a week, or you're looking for a laptop primarily for school or office work, this is overkill. The price point and the premium you pay for the cooling system, extra RAM, and heavyweight chassis could be better allocated to a lighter Ultrabook that still handles everyday tasks with ease. Also, the chassis itself is on the bulkier side. At 6.5 pounds, it's not something you'll want to lug around campus or take on a daily commute. If you value portability above all, you'll probably feel cramped with the 16-inch screen and the thick body designed to accommodate the extensive cooling solution. A practical strength that often gets lost in the hype is the inclusion of a backlit keyboard with perky RGB lighting. In low-light gaming sessions, the keys are bright and responsive, and the